Hey, ¿cómo están? Sean ustedes bienvenidos a Sesiones. Mi nombre es Alejandro Franco y es un placer que nos acompañen de nueva cuenta en el show. El día de hoy les voy a presentar un proyecto musical noruego que es bien conocido en México y en Latinoamérica. Tienen 3 discos. La verdad es que es muy raro que den conciertos porque creo que a lo largo de su carrera han aprendido a dar necesariamente los indicados. Y el día de hoy, afortunadamente, tenemos uno en exclusiva en Sesiones. Les doy la más cordial bienvenida y los dejo con Kings of Convenience.
As if he has come all the way from the Cayman Islands. These canals, it seems, they'll go in circles. Places look the same, and we're the only difference. The wind that's in your hair, it's covering my view. I'm holding on to you on a microwave hard until tomorrow. See, if only they had been here, they would understand. Or someone could have chosen to go the length I've gone, to spend just one day riding, holding on to you. I never thought it would be this clear. Sleep all day and think of you, a memory of the cushion life I'm clinging to, the image of a mutual warm, a haven, the sun because of our song, the fading. Love's not be true, driven by genes, we are simple savage beings. symphony that's you, joyously awaking the ignorant and sleeping. Passion and its brother hate, they come and go, could easily be made to stay for longer though. And many people play this game so willingly. Do I have to be like them or be lonely? Love is no big truth, driven by genes, we are simple selfish beings. A symphony that's you, joyously awaking the ignorant and sleeping. Another view of what there is to it, getting me through it. She'll be gone soon, you can have me for yourself. She'll be gone soon, you can have me for yourself. But do give, just give me today, or you will just scare me away. While we build this bigger than the sum of two. While we build this bigger than the sum of two. But somewhere I lost count of my own, and somehow I must find it alone. Of May, 25 and yearning for a ticket out. Dreams burn, but in ashes are gold. Dreams burn, but in ashes are gold. Crossroads and given the option to pass and look back at goals we missed. Rainbows or burning bridges. If you squint a little more, they look the same. But ooh, there's a little bit of me inside you, gathering what you lost. Ooh, there's a little bit of you in everyone. Could never keep a secret. Problems, lines on your face. You smooth them out so no one can tell. And with a straight back up on a stage, your dance stands high, a tremor in your hand. But ooh, there's a little bit of me inside you, gathering what you've lost. Ooh, there's a little bit of you in everyone. And I'm watching you now. I see you building a castle with one hand while tearing down another with the other. And I'm watching you now. I see you building a castle with one hand while tearing down another with the other. And I'm watching you now. I see you building a castle with one hand while tearing down another with the other.
Hoy estoy muy contento de tener a sesiones a Kings of Convenience y bueno, pues les agradezco mucho que nos sigan y les agradezco mucho a ellos que estén aquí. How are you guys? Thanks a lot for being here.
Great to be here.
I'm so glad to have you because you know you have a lot of fans and people that is really interested in your music here in Mexico and Latin America. How do you feel about it? Because I know that you have this kind of a special connection, for example, with Mexican audience.
For us, it's just a huge surprise to travel so far away from home and to find so many people who are into our music. And we found that the places where are most popular are the places which are the furthest away from our home. So it's kind of, I don't know, there's this weird thing going on.
And what about home? Are you also good there? I mean, with the audience? Are you as big as in Mexico, for example?
No. In Norway, we are popular, but there is something in Norway that if you are from that country, people aren't so excited about you.
I get it. I get the point perfectly because we also have a lot of bands here in Mexico and Latin America, and those bands are not as big as maybe they are out of the country. And I don't know what's happening with that.
I think we all want with music, we want to visit a different place when we listen to music.
Okay.
It's about dreams. But at the same time, I find that I mostly listen to bands from our hometown, Bergen. So I'm kind of the exception to that rule.
Yeah.
Most of the music I'm listening to is stuff that people give me, my friends, bands that I meet on the street every day.
But local bands?
Yes.
Local bands, yes.
But would you pay $50 to see them in Bergen? But you expect to get on the guest list, right?
I'll be on the guest list.
The same here. And what about the Norway scene? I mean, do you have a lot of pop artists or rock artists? How is the music scene there? Because you did something new.
I mean, no, I mean,
have that feeling.
Norway is a new country when it comes to, making our own bands. The last 20 years has sort of been quite important, at least for the amount of bands there,
Yes.
and that bands that come outside of Norway. It's a very good music scene, and we don't have so much of this pop stuff, which is just produced artists. In Norway, there's a big audience for bands who are real bands. People who make their own music. They go into the rehearsal room and practice for years and play a show and become more famous. There's a lot of bands like that in Norway. Because the general public likes this. It's not like it's a small group of people who likes to real bands.
And what about gigs, concerts, festivals? Is there a huge scene or an interest?
Yes,
also?
but the audience, there's a big difference in the audience that they don't go as crazy as they do here.
Okay.
Because here in Mexico, I feel a big difference. I feel that when people come to a concert here, all their emotions will come out.
We want to give it all.
All the feelings, how the week was, how the work was, how it is with your everything should come out now during the concert.
Yes.
And for us, of course, that's a great thing. Or also, it's great that they are singing along, and you can feel that they are warm, and they are really present. In Norway, sometimes when I play a show, I feel half of the people are thinking more about what are we going to have for dinner tomorrow. I'm not sure because they're not showing what they're feeling.
Maybe they feel the same, but they don't show it.
Possible.
Probably.
Probably.
Bad idea.
So you used to have a band together before Kings of Convenience, named Skog or something?
Skog.
Skog.
Yes.
That's the right way to say it. It's Forest?
Forest, yeah.
Okay, and what about that band? How did that sound?
Well, it didn't sound too good. We were. That's how we got to know each other. It was. When we got to know each other, we became friends because we had both just bought a guitar, and none of us could play the guitar, but we had this huge interest for music. So we started. That's how our friendship evolved, learning to play music and write songs together. So in the first few years, I think our nickname was the worst band in Bergen. Yeah. Some people called us.
Really?
But it was good because we struggled so hard all the way up until the age of 23, 24. We never really got acknowledged. We worked hard, but we never were acknowledged by other people. And I think it was a very good test for us, very good training period. It's very important to have these years when no one actually believes in you, so you really have to find your own confidence. And I think that's where a lot of our success came from, is that no one really told us that it would be a good idea to be an acoustic band with two guitars. No one would have cheered when we said that's what we're gonna do. But it was our own idea.
Bergen is a city when you walk off stage, a guy you hardly know comes up to you and say, "That wasn't very good." Okay.
Okay, thank you. I'm leaving actually.
No, it's a place where you get a very hard skin.
Yeah.
If you're a musician there.
You have to be ready for
Yes, you have to get ready.
the tough thing. Did you rescue anything of that band besides the experience and the
for sure. The
knowledge?
band, it wasn't so different from Kings of Convenience, but the main thing was that we sung in Norwegian. But we have two different dialects.
Okay.
So in my dialect, the vowel sounds, like a, e, u, I, u, sounds different than in his dialect. So if we would sing together, it would be strange because I would be singing ah, and he'd be singing ah. So
I get you.
We couldn't sing in harmony in the band.
And then you decide to do it in English.
And then when we tried to do something in English, we realized that this harmony thing was a really cool thing. And then the other guys of this band had to join the military, military service that you have to do, and one had to did some other job, and suddenly it was just me and him. But this was when we realized that there would kind of become more personality in our band, when it was just the two of us. Because
Okay.
it was more special, it was more, yeah.
Let me go to a commercial break and we talk more about Kings of Convenience. Vamos a un corte y regresamos, están en Sesiones. Estoy platicando con Kings of Convenience aquí en Sesiones y bueno, pues ya estamos de regreso después de este corte. We were talking about the early beginnings of Kings of Convenience, and I think, as you just told me, that nothing was really planned, but then you took advantage of that knowledge that you developed with your first band and decided to do like a couple of good decisions to make Kings of Convenience happen.
Yes.
How was this early beginning of the band when you decided to sing in English and to have only two guitars?
I mean, I think the decision to make only guitar music was very much inspired by this bossa nova record that my mom gave me. João Gilberto, Astrid Gilberto, Stan Getz live at Carnegie Hall. This live recording album that she gave me, and finding that there was everything you needed there in music with this extremely sparse instrumentation, and that was kind of an eye-opener about what do you actually need to, which instrumentation do you actually need to present a musical message.
Were you planning something specific with the band? I mean, like live and don't have to work anywhere else?
Yeah, I mean, I at an early time realized that it was only really music that I was interested in, and this is how I wanted to make a living. Yes, so I was very eager for the band to go and travel and to go somewhere. But at this time, I think if you almost come from anywhere, I mean, how do you do it?
Yeah.
And you have to find your own way. And there's not just any number you can call and like, hello, come and listen to us and make us famous. It doesn't happen like that. You have to try and search in so many different ways. And we went to London, we went to England, we played several shows there.
Yes.
And I think, so much didn't happen, but we got feedback from other people. We got feedback from people in Manchester who liked us, and that gave us the feeling that, okay, like it's worth working on this music. I mean, we didn't get any big breakthrough, But then finally, after around 1999, we met some people who had power in the music industry, and they liked it.
Like the right people, maybe.
Yes.
No?
And also, we had a lot of time. We had a lot of time to work on our music. That's really very important. And back in Bergen, we had a lot of time to meet, to record. There weren't, we weren't part of it. There wasn't a scene full of club happenings and concerts. There was a lot of time to kill.
Yeah. And then you also have a lot of spaces between the three albums. And you have like, I met you actually, we talked before, DJing. When you launched the DJ Kicks, and you also have
2005, yeah.
Yeah, 2005, and there's also the What Is What Life, and there's also a band that you have is Komoda. What's the name? Komoda. I don't want to say it wrong, but is that also part of the natural way of living music, or it's planned like, okay, let's give us a space because I need to do a side project or something like that? How is for you?
I think we're both surprised to see how long our relationship has lasted, and I think part of the reason is that there's a lot of freedom involved, and there's also the opportunities to follow different musical paths.
Yeah.
If we were only married to each other, then I think there would be it would feel like a chain. Like the weight of the band would at some point be too heavy, and we would just break up. But now we have a lot of freedom, and there's always this, when we've been away from each other for a few months, there's always the kind of feeling that we are rediscovering something that we had forgotten.
Also, the big space between the records, I think is also connected to, we have a certain belief that music takes time to reach people. Okay. A good example is the older brother in the family buys our CD when it comes out. He comes home and listens to it, then he doesn't listen to it very much anymore. The younger brother never listens to the CD. Then the whole family goes on vacation 6 months later in the summer. They are driving. They're driving to the family place. And by accident, they bring the CD and only this CD. So they listen to it. And then, oh, I like this music. Yeah, it's nice, yes. And then when they come back in the autumn, they listen to it again. Oh, it reminds us of the time on the summer when we were going together. But you know, this takes a year, you know, and it takes a lot of time for music to reach people. So if you put out a lot of music, then people don't catch up.
Yeah. And nowadays we have a lot of information.
Yeah.
We have music from everywhere all the time.
Yes.
There's so much, yeah, and I also find one of the reasons why it takes so long for us to make an album is that we are very critical of each other's work.
Okay.
And at the same time, we're both very productive. So like when I present my ideas to Erlend, there would only be like 5 or 10% of those ideas that he gets excited about, and vice versa. So that means that the time span it takes for a whole new album to materialize, like in this realm between the two of us.
So it's very Norway. It's very Norway. You were saying that it's like very direct.
Very
like,
direct.
I like your idea, or maybe this.
Yeah, and we heard each other's feelings all the time.
Really?
But, I think it's good for our audience. It means that there has been whichever song makes it to the album has been through a lot of criticism and working on
filters.
and filters.
Filters,
Yes,
yes.
exactly. That's the word.
Do you still DJing?
Not
Or
so
not
much.
anymore?
It's very hard for the ears.
Yes.
DJ'd in
I
LA.
remember that you played without headphones, or something like that. Or maybe I was too drunk that
Not
night.
then. No, I didn't have headphones on all the time. But then back then I was mixing the beats together, you know.
Yes.
But now when I DJ, I don't. I have a great new concept. It's called iTunes DJ. So you have iTunes,
Yes.
and you hit the song, and when the song is over, the audience are clapping
Yeah. And you're
because then you don't have the embarrassing pause between the songs.
they don't want to hear the silence.
Yeah, when the silent people look at each other like, I feel so stupid. Why am I here? I'm standing, I'm dancing. Oh no. So if they're clapping, they're doing something, you know? And then comes a new song, and then when you realize, it's that song again, you start dancing again.
And then you put another song and
Yes, and I
Everybody's
then I don't have to use headphones then. And so my ears are okay.
well, that's a good one. Are you planning a new album of Kings of Convenience?
Not really.
Oh, we're planning a new album.
I see the conflict there.
No, we are planning a new album.
Yeah.
We will release a new album.
Are you sure?
That's the plan. Yes.
Okay.
But
Because he's not
that's-
that sure, I think.
I mean, come on, within the next 20 years there will be a new
Okay,
album.
okay.
That we have planned that.
So the fans can be like confident.
They can just start saving the money. Just put the money in a little, maybe a special bank account. Special bank account just for the money to buy the CD. And then by the time we release it, you can afford 2 CDs.
That's nice. And what kind of music do you hear when you're traveling or touring? Like those kind of music that give you the influence, like old music, or you aware of new music? I mean, as a DJ, I imagine that you used to hear a lot of new tracks, but what about now?
A few days ago, I was playing some new tracks that I've discovered by different artists to a friend of mine, and she's saying how surprised she was that I was listening to this kind of music, because she knows Kings of Convenience, and she was expecting me to be like listening to Kings of Convenience style music. But the thing is, I think both me and Erlend, we are a lot influenced by more rhythmical music. That's actually the one musical taste that we really share is our love for like catchy, sophisticated,
Like
rhythmical
dance,
music.
maybe?
Yeah, but dance sounds too trashy.
Yeah, I
But
get
it's
you.
more like
Not dance like UK, like dance more.
I mean,
like
the
straight
music
beats.
you can dance to, of all sorts, you know.
Yes.
When I met him, he was really into hip hop, de la soul, and rave music, the orb, this kind of stuff. And I've been, of course, I've been into dance music. But with Kings of Convenience, people never seem to understand that even though we don't have drums, we like rhythm. And I mean, you must hear it in music. It's quite rhythmical.
And you also have a beat, like in silence, of course.
It's
music.
The invisible bass drum is there.
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks a lot for being here in the show. It's a great honor, and this is your home for the next album in 1, 2, 3, or 20 years. Okay? Thanks a lot for being here. Kings of Convenience están aquí y seguimos nosotros con más en sesión.
If you wanna be my friend, you want us to get along, please do not expect me to wrap it up and keep it there. The observation I am doing could easily be understood. A cynical demeanor, one of us misread. What do you know? It happened again. Friend is not a means you like to get somewhere. Somebody notice friendship is an end. What do you know? It happened again. The ones who made a difference by standing in difference. I guess it's up to me now. Should I take that risk or just smile? What do you know? It happened again. What do you know?
Hello, we are Kings of Convenience.
And you are watching SesioneS with Alejandro Franco.
Some sales and my boss won't be happy, but I can't stop listening to the sound of two soft voices blended in perfection from the reels of this record that I found. Every day asking me what are you doing here, finding all my previous motives growing increasingly unclear. Traveled far and I burned all the bridges I believed as soon as I had planned. All the other options held before me would wither in the light of my plan. So I lose some sails and my boss won't be happy, but there's only one thing on my mind. Searching boxes underneath the counter on a chance that on a tape I'd find a song for someone who needs somewhere to long for. Homesick, 'cause I no longer know where home is.
Estamos llegando ya al final del programa del día de hoy. Les quiero agradecer muchísimo que nos hayan acompañado. Creo que se la pasaron igual de bien que nosotros. Fue una sesión muy especial y además uno de esos programas que seguramente vamos a recordar en varias temporadas. Uno de esos momentos especiales en la historia de este show que nos recuerda por qué lo hacemos. Y bueno, pues qué placer y qué lujo tener la oportunidad de disfrutar a estos artistas de esta manera tan íntima y tan cercana como su propia música. Les recuerdo la página de internet del programa que es www.sesionesconalejandrofranco.com. Nosotros ya nos vamos, les agradezco nueva cuenta y los dejo con Kings of Convenience.
Thank to everybody for coming. It's a pleasure to play in Mexico. We feel that this is a true music country.
This last song we're going to play is called Know How. It features a part by the Canadian singer Feist. Unfortunately, she's not here. If anyone of you know her part, please feel free to join in, preferably girls.
Riding on this know-how, never been here before, peculiarly interested, possibly that's all. Is history recorded? Does someone have a tape Surely I'm a pioneer, constellations stay the same. Just a little bit of danger when intriguingly our little secret. Trust, say trust me, 'cause no one will ever know that this was happening. So tell me why you listen when nobody's talking. Oh, what is there to know? All this is what it is. Oh, you and me alone. Sheer simplicity. Oh, what is there to know? All this is what it is. Oh, you and me alone. Sheer simplicity. Okay, let's do it together. Oh, oh, what is there to know? All this is what it is. Oh, you and me alone. Sheer simplicity.
Thank you.